So I removed the TOS. Sometimes he refers to himself as the god of chess. Stockfish. Interesting. Game Changer was a chess book more than a book about Alpha Zero, much to my disappointment at the time. Oh, that's right. I forgot you got that. And we're disappointed because there wasn't that much computer things to read. Let's see. I'll adjust the volume if necessary. There shouldn't be any TOS. This is one of my favorites. I love Adam Curtis. His work has taught me an incredible amount. I don't want to look at snow yet. That's fair. What it felt to live. What it felt like to live. Hold on. Through the collapse of the collapse of communism and democracy, which is not, unfamiliar. When it is almost Thanksgiving. My mom asked me for help talking to my cousin about why he wanted to vote for RFK. Just part 1 today. I'll probably just do it once a week. I'm gonna try not to make you guys watch too much of my history documentaries. No, we're just watching part 1 today. I haven't edited part 2 for TOS yet. They are. This whole documentary was constructed from BBC footage. Definitely 2 French bulldogs and a bull terrier. Like General Patton's dog. And then, of course, several deer. Definitely a porcupine. This is the menagerie he wants to have. Got a weakness for lemurs. Some sort of lemur epidemic. Curtis loves video of people dancing. Yeah, where are you going? LJL Chess? That's a mother's lot, seeing them off and welcoming them home. You can't get away from it. She's talking about how her son has been conscripted. Oh, hi, Laney. Hi, handsome. Don't worry, it doesn't snow till February. So this, I threw a filter on and put a sticker on because there's just some some bodies. So yeah, enjoy the sticker. Her son was conscripted to go to a fight in Afghanistan. I think that was particularly for Afghanistan. Yes, yeah. Forced to serve. Yeah, these documentaries are, like I said, all these collections of BBC footage. You know, he went through tens of thousands of hours, and here are, yeah, this is funny. Moscow police training with simulated shooting noise because of a lack of ammunition. Yeah. Television Factory. You remember that, Sergeant Major? Ammunition shortage. Main cause of fires in apartments across Russia was exploding TV sets. No, I was gonna say, and then it was written. Are you gonna practice shooting inside without ear protection? Yeah. The People's Court, the town of Beltsy, Moldova.
Одна мужская рубашка стоимостью 9 рублей, зубная щетка одна стоимостью 30 копеек, футляр зубной щетки стоимостью 40 копеек, зубная паста семейная стоимостью 50 копеек, бритвенный прибор безопасный стоимостью 2 рубля, металлический стакан одна штука стоимостью 50 копеек, помазок один стоимостью 4 рубля, лезвие Восток 10 штук стоимостью рубль 50, очки без футляра стоимостью 3 рубля,
Dispensing the people's justice.
майка стоимостью 2 рубля 50 копеек, сандалеты мужские одна пара стоимостью 8 рублей, принадлежащие гражданину Подурец Тимофею Дмитриевичу, а всего похищено на общую сумму 38 рублей 40 копеек.
$38.40 worth of goods. They'll come back to that court case. The Kremlin in 1985, awaiting the arrival of the new leader. Gorbachev. General's decoration, yeah. Wait, what did I say? When Gorbachev came to power, he immediately got reports from across the Soviet Union that showed that the communist system was near collapse. Metal inflation? Yeah. Yeah. The giant industries were falling apart. And thousands of bureaucrats who ran the system could no longer be trusted. Yeah, metal inflation, that's definitely a thing. The Vorkuta coal mines had been built 60 years before by political prisoners. They were above the Arctic Circle, 1,900 kilometers from Moscow. I really like that now the mines are starting to collapse. They focus on, like, he always highlights how far away from Moscow these different, these conflicts are, these things that happen across the USSR. So yeah, they wanted to hold an election so they could get rid of the corrupt communists who ran the mines. Union work. The River Volga floodplain. My brother's actually more decorated than many people who are higher ranked than him. Interesting. Just nice picnic. This is cool footage, right? I love it. I love it. It's just, looks very relatable. Let there always be sunshine. In Soviet Russia, medals wear you. There's the Chernobyl nuclear plant in Ukraine, where nothing bad will ever happen. 900 kilometers from Moscow. God, poor Ukraine. Recognize it? Yeah. Yeah. No, that was before the meltdown.
Obecnie.
That's before.
Tak, menadżerem. No i mam drugi wokal, ale jeszcze nie nagrali. Tak, coś gramy
Yeah.
między Rush, Police a King Crimson.
Pani była we Francji. A chciałaby Pani tam pojechać?
No, oczywiście.
Hello,
Tam chciałaby zobaczyć
Jared
Sklep.
Aitken. Or Aiken.
kobietę.
No, Aitken.
Jestem studenką orientalistyki.
Little break from chess
Można dostać jeszcze stypendium.
for an hour. Then we'll be back to it.
Przyjemne miasto.
Okay, it happened in 86, maybe it was before. Yeah. Stalingrad. New recruits leaving to join the Soviet army. It kept operating after the meltdown, that's why I wasn't sure. Oh, that's right. So here's this guy again, who's been conscripted, and his mom. Just let there be peace and clear skies, that's the main thing. Let him serve his time, 2 years isn't so long. I'm only 1,000 on chess.com. Same here, frankly. But I mostly play on Lichess. A fashion show in Moscow, 1986. I think they try really hard in this documentary to highlight the disparity between, you know, concerns of Moscow and concerns of the mine workers, you know, 1,500 kilometers away. A few bulky fur coats, yeah. Diamond mine in Siberia. I don't know, I like fur coats. I think they can be sexy. Vintage fur, no need to kill any current animals. The border of Poland and Belarus. That kind of weather, you need thick fur coats, yeah. Yeah, like when I was in New York, God, I wished I had a fur coat. Walking around the streets, like, it's just so fucking cold. Villager being taken to mental hospital. Vegan, I'm not vegan. But, like, I wouldn't want a new fur coat the same way I wouldn't want a new diamond. Yeah, right, exactly. I have no interest in blood diamonds. The Togliatti car plant. Togliatti was one of the largest car plants in the world. In 1986, Gorbachev went to Togliatti and announced a radical reform of communism. We're doing 2.0, guys. He called it perestroika. He would give new power to the managers of the giant industries. The future of communism was now in their hands. That's what we need. No longer controlled by Moscow. Back to this lady. And the people's justice. I had a drink and committed a crime. Did you bring back those things because you realized you committed a crime or because they didn't suit you? No, if they hadn't suited me, I'd have thrown them out, not returned them. But I realized that he needed them, so I took them back to the station. What a bummer. Oh, I love this guy. Apart from drinking, there's absolutely nothing to do here. In the morning, we go to the village alcohol store, and if they had no vodka, we go to another village, and then another. Like Northern Ontario? Fair. The Mir space station was being built. It was to be the first stage of the Soviet exploration of the whole solar system. Sounds like Ohio, right? That too. A giant nuclear rocket would come from Earth and join with it. When I uploaded this is one of the songs that caused it to be blocked in Russia. There were 2 songs in here that caused this video in particular to be blocked only in Russia. Actually, Mir was badass. This song was blocked in Russia for some reason. I suspect because it's in this documentary. There were 2 songs from this documentary that caused it to not be available in Russia. The daycare at the Togliatti car plant. That'd be nice. The managers of the plant didn't believe they could reform the factory. Instead, they began to use their new power to loot the plant. Looting. Picture of fucking Lenin on the wall. Yeah. Lenin, Lenin. Listen, frankly, hold on, wait, go back. Hundreds of cars were taken off the production line and given to criminals waiting outside. The managers and the gangsters split the profits. A new alliance between crime and communism began to rise up. They have a statue of Lenin in Fremont, a Seattle neighborhood. I'm kind of curious what your particular problem is with Lenin, Moldy.
Познакомилась в прошлый раз с парнем, приехала его увидеть.
Значит, у тебя приятель в Москве?
Да.
А в тот раз я знаю, что у тебя приятель был в Ленинграде.
I've read several things he's written. Lenin statues are kawaii. Like, that's like asking what's wrong with Che Guevara. Everything, basically. Oh dear. Okay. don't know. I've read a few things. Yeah, it's complicated, sure, but I would say to say everything is wrong with Che Guevara or to say everything is wrong with Lenin, even to say everything is wrong with Mao is not like looking at the whole picture. There's a lot that's wrong. A lot of wrong things were done. But then what's wrong with Stalin? You know what I mean? Well, Lenin and Stalin are two different people. The only point that I want to make about Lenin in particular, that's like comparing apples and apple stuff with razor blades. Yeah, I mean, basically, like, Russian helicopters are being shot down by Stinger missiles. The missiles were given to the Mujahideen by the CIA. So, just to be clear, I am not a Marxist-Leninist. I am not a Marxist-Leninist Maoist. I'm definitely not a Stalinist. But I've read Marx. I've read Lenin. And there are things to learn. I know a Russian couple in my neighborhood. They're really nice people. They love it here. Nice. Nice. What part of the world are you in, LJL Chess? I just realized I don't know. It's this cake factory. Pennsylvania, gotcha. Okay, we hear from the victim.
Дали меня путевку. Я даже не знал, когда, значит, что я иду в санаторий. Но вызывали меня, местный комитет. Он мне сказал, значит, за то, что, значит, вы участник в Великой Отечественной войны, значит, вам предложит путевка.
Weird. We got a model doing model stuff.
Dawaj tutaj, no nie przejmuj się tym, no. Poczekaj, ale spłaszczyłeś mnie.
Yeah. Vacuum cleaner wind effect got me. Practical. Yeah, it's what they had. Russian military was surprised by the Stinger missiles' effectiveness. It was the first time they were deployed and influential in the Afghan war. Yeah. Here we go. In April 1986, there were 2 giant explosions in the Chernobyl plant in Ukraine. They come over and pick out the mushrooms that grow in our yard. They eat the good ones. Nice. Good for them. Volunteers were brought in to try and contain the radiation. He does this thing. That I'm gonna call it ADHD filmmaking, but as part of the like practical effect, he will sometimes skip over things and make it slightly less useful. So like it cut away before you could even read that volunteers were brought in to try and contain the radiation. In part because he immediately went on to the Soviet propaganda class just to be like, oh wait, no, he said, now my dear comrades, what was it? Volunteers were brought in to try. Now, my dear comrades, you are to go in teams of 4, not 6. But yeah, the Soviet propaganda class in Kabul. Yeah. It's cute though. Some cute propaganda. Meanwhile, in Kabul. Yeah. Yeah. Curtis has another really good documentary specifically about Afghanistan and the, like, the incredible amount of fucking with Afghanistan that Western powers have done, that USSR did. Like, just all these countries go into Afghanistan and they get fucked up. They get fucked up and haunted by the ghosts. Metaphorically speaking, imperialism is bad no matter who's doing it. Amen. Amen. Could not agree more. Yeah, I mean, Soviet imperialism, American imperialism, it's all bad. But I do think that's a big part of what he's illustrating here, is, you know, by highlighting the concerns of the working class, essentially, and the people, you know, far away from Moscow. This is the other song that was banned, I think. Like a Russian punk band. The footage that he gets is amazing. Just for the slice of life element, understanding, like, yeah, just, I don't know, speaking as an American, I knew next to nothing about the Soviet Union. I had some vague sense that communists were bad. And that it was bad there for reasons of communism. But, oh, this segment, this girl, this is one of the reasons I'm showing you this documentary, because well, I'll just let you read. If you had a wish, what would it be? If you had a wish. A wish or a dream, what can I say? I wouldn't even know what to tell you. Before, I don't wish for anything. I don't have any dreams. Even if I did, they wouldn't come true. I used to dream, to make plans, but nothing worked out, and now I won't think about it anymore, and I won't dream again. So you don't have a dream? No. Нет. Do you believe? Who? What? To believe who? I believe in God. I don't believe in anything or anyone. Wait. I don't believe in anyone or anything, and I don't believe in you either. Yeah. By 1987, it was clear that perestroika wasn't working. Just her talking about how she doesn't believe anything just reminds me of talking to people right now. Gorbachev decided to introduce a limited kind of capitalism into the communist system. People could set up their own cooperatives. For the first time, they could make and sell things for profit. It was the only way, he said, to save communism. 6 months later, a new cooperative market in Leningrad. A cooperative member can buy, don't we have state factories? There are loads of parasites. They should be digging potatoes on a collective farm. You call that sowing? Material costs a ruble, but these pathetic trousers kids sell for 80 or 100 rubles. A raincoat is 180 to 200 rubles. These prices can drive you crazy. Children ask their parents to buy expensive gear for them because others have it, but working class parents cannot afford it. Where did everything go? We were okay in the 50s and 60s. We can't be sure about tomorrow. All this democracy will end soon. It's a joke to pretend otherwise. Even Lenin's NEP didn't last for more than a few years. Do you really think this can last? We must make the most of Gorbachev. Did it work? No. People in Russia nowadays are still so jaded, it's unbelievable. I lived there for a summer. I feel like we're so jaded. But yeah, I mean, they've lived under a government that plays pretend. Graveyard of political prisoners in Vorkuta. Reindeer herding in Vorkuta. I wonder how people participated in the black market under communism. There must be some kind of currency or barter that worked. There's that quote about lying. Yeah. Like China? What part is like China? But yeah, there's definitely black market. They go into it somewhat, but government that plays pretend, well, yeah, like the U.S. People are generally okay with pretend as long as it's working. Yeah, we know that they are lying. They know that they are lying, and wait, hold on, and. They even know that we know they are lying. We also know that they know we know that they are lying too. They, of course, know that we certainly know that they know that we know that they are lying too as well, but they are still lying. In our country, the lie has become not just moral category, but the pillar industry of this country. Yeah. Yeah, it's real familiar. Doesn't, I mean, you know, show me somebody who believes that the government will do anything good, like especially for them. Like, definitely not for them, but like, yeah. I barely trust them to keep the bridges, working, right? Like coal mine in Donetsk. Exactly, J-Nooms. That is the sort of cognitive dissonance of living in a collapsing empire. Every government plays pretend, Moldy. It's a good one. They're surrendering. So these are Russians surrendering in Afghanistan. Surrenders being accepted.
General, what is the military situation in the country?
videotape wiped by the Soviet censor. Poland, 1987, demonstration demanding democracy and independence. Picking a politician is like picking out the healthiest burger in Burger King. There's no healthy burger, you just have to figure out which has the least amount of nasty stuff in it. Yeah, you're not wrong. By nasty stuff, I mostly mean money. As part of Perestroika, the top 5 generals in the KGB took part in a phone-in. The generals assured viewers that the KGB did not keep files on individuals. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I believe that, like I believe the NSA isn't watching everything we do. No one believed them? Yeah. Yeah, I bet not. Girl showing her magic hands in Azerbaijan. I know, he just couldn't resist using this clip. Look, guys, magic hands. She's cute. Find out who gets richer after going into politics and you'll find the corrupt, well, it's all of them. In Romania, they released the files in the early 2000s so people could find out which neighbors were snitches. And snitches get stitches, my goodness. Oh yeah, here. Industries traded with each other using an artificial currency called non-cash. So this is... But the new cooperatives were allowed to convert non-cash into real money. A young communist saw the opportunity this offered. He set up cooperatives which began to take non-cash out of the old industries and turn it into real money. Khodorkovsky, Mikhail Khodorkovsky. Yeah. He became the first of the oligarchs. Khodorkovsky is a very interesting figure. A mysterious Moscow playboy. Stupidity, power, fear, and violence in my heart. Better hide your power in the daytime when you are a mischievous Moscow playboy. Yeah, everything I know about Khodorkovsky is what I've learned here. Soviet TV version of Lord of the Rings. I do kind of want to watch the whole thing. Like real bad.
You come, I'm waiting for you in my room, okay? Huh? I'm waiting for you in my room.
I?
Yeah?
You go your room? Now you speak for my friend.
No, I spoke for you. I spoke
For me?
in Volga, yes. Volga is your name.
What number?
1914.
It's a little freestyling.
$100. Administration is your problem.
Okay. You go in your room after 5 minutes. 19-14.
One of the chess sets I have is the Bobby Fischer set, a series all-metal chess set, was sold in Russia. It's called the Garry Kasparov set series. Nice. Have you gone out of your fucking mind? Has anyone got a condom? I've only got one. It's a great movie about the time in the 90s and wild capitalism called Generation P, based on the Palavin book. Sadly, I couldn't find any English subs, so I just watched the Russian subs. Interesting. Generation P. I will look for that. for English subs.
Вперед, вправо. Стоп.
Oh, this is the uranium mine.
Стоп.
An oil pipeline exploded in Siberia. Ah, the meltdown. Gotcha. It killed 575 people in a passing train. I had to check and make sure there were no bodies in here. The core, he said? Yeah, they found the core. Yeah. Bathroom in the Cosmos Hotel, Moscow. That robot looked too advanced for a mine back then. Yeah. The petrol queue in a Kiev suburb. There's people waiting in line to buy gas. This is nostalgic. Nice.
Где тебя так красиво подстригли?
Where did you have your hair cut so beautifully?
Панками московскими.
I met some Moscow punks and they cut it.
Течение-то, панки.
What sort of movement are punks?
Люди, которые любят
They're
свободу.
people who like freedom and stuff.
А ты не свободна, да?
Свободно.
Последний раз когда в школе-то была?
Год назад.
Год назад. А родители когда последний раз видела?
В мае.
В мае месяце. Значит, полгода не была дома, полгода не видела родителей. Лен, плохо. Но мне кажется, у тебя что-то случилось.
Да, лучше меня ничего не спрашивать. Лучше меня ничего не спрашивать.
Ну, ясно. Потом тогда расскажешь. Потом, я понимаю, что тебе сейчас трудно говорить. В следующий раз расскажешь.
Yeah, this is a... In 1988, the KGB buried one of their heroes. I had to cover up the dead guy, just in case. You never know. British spy Kim Philby. Notice the small class size, though? Yeah. It was very small. At the same time, the Soviet army began its retreat from Afghanistan. It had been defeated by the Mujahideen. Rufina Bukova, Kim Philby's widow. Just a dead guy in a casket. That's all. It's a dead British spy. What can you do? I thought about just cutting it out entirely, but like, whatever. I told you what it is. There's one more funeral in this one. Yeah, this was mostly me editing out funeral faces. Lots of open caskets. Oh no, it shrank too much. It shrank too much too fast. Oh well. Yeah. Well, you're not allowed to show death or dying or someone dead. I don't know if an open casket is TOS, but I'm not willing to risk it. Also, when I was in Russia, I had the feeling I was surrounded by death much more than in the US. Interesting. Well, there is also an enormous industry behind hiding death. Oh yeah, wait here, this is important. Boris Berezkov had been trained in economic planning and game theory. Berezkovsky? I'm struggling. He offered to help the managers restore order. The looting would be organized on rational, scientific principles. Berezovsky. Thank you. Yeah, it's I struggle to break it into parts. Each month, Berezovsky, yes, took tens of thousands of cars. Right, yes. Just right off the line. And set up a shadow system to distribute them across Russia. There's an answer to your question. Restore order is help you don't accept lightly. Yeah. Berezovsky would become the second oligarch. Got some more fashion shows. Yeah, restore order is a scary offer. 1989. The court finds Russo guilty and sentences her to 1 year's correction at her workplace and a 20% reduction in her wages. They're taking 1/5 of my wages for a year. I'm responsible for thousands of pounds worth of stuff at the hospital. What stupidity. Look at what 1 glass of wine will do. Yeah. Yeah. It's also familiar. You know, stealing a bike can be a felony if that bike is considered worth $250. The guy at the fashion show looked like a young Steve Buscemi. He did. I noticed that. One of these guys kind of does too. The Soviet Phobos 2 rocket had been sent to explore the moons of Mars. Unfair, but could have been worse given the circumstances. I mean, true. It entered orbit around Mars in January 1989. Phobos moon. Tbilisi, capital of Georgia. Perestroika had also given power away to the countries that made up the Soviet Empire. It opened the way for a return of old nationalisms and demands for independence. In April 1989, there was a nationalist demonstration in Tbilisi. Yeah, Russia arrived and there was a 6-month-long sandstorm and they got no photos of the surface of Mars. Unfortunate. Yeah. There can be no retreat from this path for God and nation and state independence. We swear. Gorbachev panicked and ordered Russian troops to suppress it. The Patriarch of Georgia came to warn the crowd. Georgia still has a very interesting but tense political climate. Yeah, I've been learning bits about Georgia since starting to play chess, mostly. I do find it is interesting. My spiritual children, I give you my blessing to come with me now to the Church of St. George of Kashvedi. Yeah, quit rioting and come to the church. Good luck with that, Patriarch. They're in a conundrum where Russia is a close trading partner But the population, especially the younger set, are very pro-Western and hate Russia. Interesting. Ah, this is the lady back in the Cosmos Hotel in Moscow.
Добрый вечер.
Не ждет человек.
Нет. А сейчас еще 10 часов, пожалуйста.
So she's trying to go upstairs.
Там за мной никто не смотрит. Да не бойтесь.
Я ей говорю, что
I said, by law, you can go into a room until 11 p.m.
Ну и что? А я вас хочу благодарить.
I'd like to show my thanks. There's no need. Thank you very much. Okay. So she was going to bribe her for silence or whatever. Just a little light sex work.
Where's my darling?
This is pacemaker.
Operation?
Operation.
I mean, say darling like that. The Russian troops attacked the Georgian demonstration, beating and spraying gas into the mouths of the protesters. What the fuck was that? Covert operations. I'm guessing a bugged hotel room. Perestroika. The attack shocked the Soviet Union. Oh yeah. Back in Moscow. We got bodybuilders. Boris Yeltsin had once been Gorbachev's main ally. Oh, Boris. But now Yeltsin believed that perestroika had failed. There were less and less goods in the shops. In Poland and Germany, the borders to the west were about to collapse. In Vorkuta, the miners began a mass strike. We're almost done. For this week. Nationalists had begun attacking Soviet troops in Armenia. Yeltsin believed the only way to save Russia was to end the communist system completely and replace it with democracy and capitalism. Phobos 2 Control Center. Star City. What a nice name. The spacecraft was approaching Phobos. Suddenly, all contact with the space vehicle was lost. It disappeared. No one knew why. Damn. R.I.P. Phobos 2. Funeral of the gas victims. Is it Tbilisi? To your point, Jane Nooms, I do think, like, there is this sort of Western aversion to death and, like, seeing, perceiving Tbilisi? I was saying Tbilisi, and I thought maybe I was had Tbilisi, I think. I might be shortening it too much. I am putting the everlasting sleep on you. Enjoy it, leave all your troubles behind. Leningrad. Away with the KGB. Anti-communist demonstration in Moscow. Don't stop shooting. Don't stop. Fall in, no fallout. We're going to fry their village. Yeah. Why don't you shut up? We're your boys, you stupid bitch. We brought back Mujahideen ghosts. There it is. Yeah. Fucking haunted. Here we have wholesale and retail price goods. Here's a Japanese gun. Everything's for sale. She is a regular character. She comes back. She's cute. She comes back in later episodes. That's the end of this one. Here's some mining equipment. I think he does a really phenomenal job of just kind of putting you in, the, like, I don't know, in the era, in the space. He calls his documentaries emotional histories. He wants to kind of tell you an emotional story, about events that occurred, where they occurred and how, and to give you some insight into the people and what they were doing. Makes sense to call it that? Yeah. Thanks for sharing. You're welcome. You're welcome. I will edit the next one and watch it next week sometime. I might just do this on Sundays. I might just do it when I feel like it. There are a lot that I'd like to watch, not just the Traumazone ones. Century of the Self is also really, really good. And yeah, I think, wait, what is that? The Great Chess Movie.
Away shot many of their classic westerns
get that
here
in the history too.
Former territory of the Ineos Indians, not far from Death Valley.
But yeah, I really like Curtis and his work. I also started listening to Dawn of Everything again today. I've read it once before, listened to and read it, and I don't know. I'd been thinking about it, and I wanted to dig back in. So that's my non-chess thing that I'm doing right now is reading that. Let me update the title. And switch back over to play some chess. There are currently 490 viewers of chess. That is not very many. Let's just do some blitz. It's already midnight. I feel unwilling to wager my classical rating right now. I'm not good with the scaries. Let's play blitz. Yep. Well, we just finished the scaries. We were watching a documentary. We'll do that again. And chills with chat and plays. Okay, that'll work. Also, I've played enough bad chess for the day. That's fair. Oh, what you got? What you got, Sergeant Major? Whoa. Good find. Incredible find. This is Soviet Lord of the Rings. In case that wasn't clear by the title, Soviet Lord of the Rings. That's amazing. All right, let's go. Whoa, hold on. Let me just. Oh, hey, there you go. Incredible. A plus. Good find. Thank you. That's going in the list.